Hi, this is Jen Sadie, and today I'm going to tell you why you should take your kids' video games away. Now, you shouldn't take them away forever. You should certainly let them play, especially because when it's a way for them to have more friend time, especially, with last year and COVID. And that's what happened to us. We actually never played video games in this house Monday through Thursday. And with COVID and they weren't able to see their friends, I made an exception, and then it kind of got out of hand over the course of the school years. And, they got into a routine where they're playing during the week. So now that school's back in session, I went back to the rule of no video games Monday through Thursday. And of my children, one in particular has been giving me quite a hard time about it and doesn't understand why his friends can play and he can't. But all I can remember is, even though it's really hard to discipline, especially strong-willed children, I remember a time a few years ago where I tried it. I noticed that video games were taking over, and so I decided to, and I don't remember if at the time it was like a single day or what it was, but I said, we're not going to play games today. We're just going to do other things, let's do other things. And I remember my kids running around and having a good time, using their imagination, which, of course, growing up, that's what we did, But they don't do it as often because they're watching TV or playing video games. They were laughing. They were being creative. I think they started building Legos. And the thing that I remember the most is at the end of the night, my son thanked me. He said, "Thank you for having us not play today." And I think it was probably hard for him to say that because I know he enjoys playing video games, but he said, "I never would have done all those things if you didn't make me, if I was able to play video games." So even though I had the same conversation with my son, all of them, but this one in particular, and he was pushing back about video games, I didn't share that story with him. I said to him that I just wanted him to do other things. And so he did go outside, he did watch some TV, and he did look at his phone. So I didn't think it was going as well as I wanted because he didn't have a phone back in the day. So that wasn't a distraction then. But at one point I needed some help with cooking. And he came over and got really into it. And I've seen him cook scrambled eggs, but I've never seen him make anything else. Not that I remember, really. He's not really wants to really be in the kitchen and start cooking other than breakfast. So he got really into it. And he was making the noodles for our pasta, and he asked if he could dye them blue. Now I thought, no. I told him, no, we're not dyeing the noodles blue. But he really wanted to, and he's persistent, and he asked a few times, and then I thought, you know what, who cares? Like, whatever, we'll eat blue noodles. And so we didn't have blue dye, but we had green dye, and so we decided to dye them green, and he just thought it was great. And it was just one of those things I feel like we'll remember. We ate green noodles that night, and it wasn't just that. He made the noodles, he made the, stirred the beef, poured in the pasta sauce, fried or whatever, the veggies, because it was more like a chop suey. And so he just had a good time. And then when we ate dinner, we all were talking and laughing, and we just had a blast. And I know that on a normal day, I'd be calling for him for dinner, and he'd be trying to finish a game because he can't pause it because it's live, and we would have been sitting here waiting. It just would have been a very different experience. So that experience alone is enough for me to get on here and tell you all, don't let this sweet time with your children pass without grabbing some of those moments and taking a mental snapshot, because that's life. That is what makes life so great, is spending time with our loved ones. So I know we're busy in our lives and everything. We might not have time, but the thing is if you're too busy to spend time with the people that matter most, because you could lose everything. And if you could have anything back, it would be the people in your life, the people that mean the most to you, right? Or any animal or whatever, if you don't have any family, although everyone has family. So it's, you want your family and your animals, because obviously. But that's what I'm trying to say, is that it's the living beings in your life. And when you have children, they grow up so fast and you don't realize it until it's happening before your eyes and you feel like, wow, I hope I didn't miss anything, you know? So don't miss any more moments.